Now I am dead. My anticipated fatality was all in the line of duty, so please, no sympathy. Let's move ahead. Round 1 is ended. 2 will now begin. In this round, there'll be 3 clues to ponder and to muse to advance you to a win. From what you've witnessed, hard to surmise the who, where, and how surrounding my demise. So to make your theorizing more effective, I offer you an expert, bona fide detective.
I am a hard-nosed detective who's hard-pressed to find the hard truth. I'm tough on crime, tough to talk to, and tough as nails. I turn over stones, turn over suspects, and turn over when I sleep. My direct questions get direct answers. For me, yes means yes, no means no, and maybe means you're under the influence of an illegal substance. Peter Piper may have picked a peck of pickled peppers, and she may have sold seashells by the seashore, but everywhere that Mary went, this lamb won't be going. Is that clear? All staring at. There's been a murder. I know.
What do you mean, you know?
I've searched the premises. Mr. Body's body is missing, and you all have horrendous expressions of guilt on your faces.
Oh, excuse me, but, my plastic surgeon fixed that.
Why are you here? None of us called a detective.
I'm supposed to be here.
You're not in the instructions.
Who reads the instructions?
You know what? I bet you're just one of those lost game pieces from Sorry. Or better yet, she's a discarded token from life.
Oh, you better leave.
This is not life.
Sorry! Candlestick, pipe, knife, revolver, rug.
That's bad. Now, who here knew Mr. Body? Everybody. Well, who here wanted a dead Mr. Body? Nobody. Well, we will see.
That's we shall.
We shall what?
Forget it.
I want you to know here and now that I am not guilty of murder. Murder is far too vulgar.
Like your social life, I'm sure.
I like the way you storm in and take charge. Together we'll find the killer. We'll take down the enemy. Why is my arm around a bulldozer?
Retreat, Colonel.
Detective, certainly you don't think that I could have...
How much do you want to drop this whole thing?
I'm glad I don't have your nerve in my tooth.
Well, it certainly wasn't I. I get my jollies from crossword puzzles, not cold corpses.
That's not what I hear. And detective, it couldn't have been me. I ain't murder.
That's because you can't spell it.
There you go.
You know, not everybody is capable of murder, and I question whether any of you have the right stuff. Murder requires a select individual, somebody with style, panache.
Well, then I'm the one that you want. I breathe style and panache.
No, you don't. You breathe fire. Killing requires passion. Killing's an art.
I'm the one you want. I'm an artist in the truest sense of the word.
You said that with a straight face.
Opening for Minsky's Mongrels is no shabby gig. Just ask Professor Crumb.
Yes, I'm Miss Scarlett's boss. I own Monty's Mongrels.
Minsky's Mongrels.
Yes, there are times on the dance floor when Miss Scarlett does resemble an artist. For example, when the curtain is closed.
A killer is somebody with a unique ability.
Oh, that be me then. I can French kiss a king while singing God Save the Queen.
mountain on the English countryside. I had a servant who could do that. Then one day she just took off and moved to Norway.
Sweden.
Oh my goodness.
A killer is a sharp strategist who's quick on his feet.
Sharp and quick. That's me. Back in my younger days, when gas was cheap and you could still buy a good cup of coffee for $2.50, I was a private investigator. There was even a mystery once when my girlfriend skipped town. But I pieced the clues together, and I beat her to her destination of L.A. Unfortunately, she never showed up.
I was going to Louisiana, not L.A.
Your well letters at L.A.
L.A. is the postal abbreviation for Louisiana.
I knew that.
Anyway, I eventually did make it to Los Angeles, where I reunited with Sweetie. Mr. Green. And though our tryst ended, he made a lasting impression on me.
Tattooed her thigh.
Well, one night on Hollywood Boulevard, I met up with a young English gal who had just arrived from Sweden. Oh, what a wild night on the dance floor we had. We did the jitterbug and the bombo.
We did the rumba, waltz, and cha-cha.
Oh, my goodness.
The murderer would have a constitution stronger than a rock.
Just call me Gibraltar. Tough, alert, unwavering in the face of a challenge.
That's not always true. When I asked you to speak for me in the fundraiser I had planned for non-identifiacitis, you refused with terror in your eyes.
You didn't ask me, a flagpole did.
Line and plot to execute this murder is an extraordinary one. Immense intelligence and superior IQ.
In that case, consider me. I could do anything with this mind.
Except remember to call a lady after an intimate evening.
Huh?
Los Angeles. The Renegade Hotel. Hot pink miniskirt.
Oh my goodness!
That's disgusting.
Are you okay? Well, these little piggies are innocent, and these little piggies are not. Well, you lame brains, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna huff, and I'm gonna puff, and I'm gonna make sure one of you gets life behind bars in the box. Yes! I'm certain all of you had motive to kill Mr. Body. I'm going to want to question you. All of you.
Babe, if you think you're looking at a killer, clean the wax out of your ears.
Now, I'm in charge, and you're going to leave in my hands. Got it? Good. Now my investigation formally begins, and you are all suspects. Stop staring at me!
Could she have found out?
She know about it.
Has she learned? Did she discuss that?
Can't she know that?
Could she have found out?
She know about
Has she learned?
Would she?
Did she?
Can she?
The investigation now underway. I present to you the first clue of round number 2. Focus on where the deed was executed, where to calm my vigor was transmuted. The room that housed the deliberate act had threats and ultimatums wrapped. The suspects now learn that the detective is quite effective and far more clever than anyone ever thought she could be.
So, you think I haven't got a clue? Well, I've got a lot more. This spider crawled out more than the water spout. I searched the entire mansion, and I found these. 6 interesting items which I believe could have easily been used to commit this heinous crime on base assault. I found a lead pipe in the study, a revolver in the ballroom, a candlestick in the billiard room, a coil of rope in the lounge, a wrench in the kitchen, and last but not least, a knife in the conservatory. I was able to ascertain that all of your fingerprints appear on all of the items and that the prints were made 9 p.m. and the precise moment of Mr. Whitey's death. Midnight.
Don't go any further. I maintain my innocence. Therefore, I will admit of my own free will that I did indeed handle 3 of these weapons, but not for the grisly crime of murder. At 9:02, shortly after dinner, I found the candlestick in the library laying on its side. I set it upright. And then at 9:11, I handled the revolver in the study. I took it out of its case, merely to inspect its caliber. I put it back. And at 9:20, I used a knife in the kitchen to cut the rot out of an apple that Mrs. White gave me.
Those weapons were not found in those rooms.
I was responsible for moving 2 of them. At 9:11, before I retired to my chamber, I saw Professor Plum handling the revolver, and I got suspicious. So then I waited until he went into the kitchen, and I moved it to a place where anyone with questionable motive could not find it. The conservatory, behind a lovely Wisniewski curtain. And then I retrieved the knife from the kitchen to cut a twist from my martini.
You handled no others.
Well, I did retrieve the wrench. The big burly handyman who needed to work on a pipe. A lead pipe.
At what time?
Well, when you're with the big burly handyman, you don't take notice of the time. Well, it didn't stay in the kitchen. Oh, the wrench, that is. And then I saw Mrs. White retrieve it.
I needed it to get the capital for my new bottle of spirits, what I had in the study, behind some German book about outdoor recreation.
The name of the book.
My Camp. Then, I went to the lounge so as I could finish my spirits like a proper lady, and at 9:50 I found the rope, which I lost on my way to the conservatory.
The conservatory.
Yeah, to talk to the plants.
I found the rope at 9:58. Mrs. Peacock promised me we would play cowboys and Indians, and you can't play cowboys and Indians without a rope.
You most certainly can't.
Then at 10:23, I took the pipe to the kitchen to crack open a can of rations.
Oh, you still eat that stuff?
The rations stay with you forever.
Oh, at 10:30, I took the wrench to the ballroom for the big burly handyman who needed to fix the radiator.
This handyman is quite popular, huh, ladies?
At 10:40, I gave him the knife in the study to cut his bologna sandwich.
More popular than I thought. Is that it?
No, I retrieved the candlestick for a bit of night reading at 10:50.
Then I took it to the conservatory for some atmosphere, 10:55.
I took it to the billiard room to experiment with playing pool, 11.
I took it to the ballroom to catch a view from the balcony, 11:05.
At the lounge, 11:10, for a romantic rendezvous with Mrs. Peacock.
And I had it in the kitchen at 11:15 for a late night snack.
Well, I took the revolver out of the conservatory, 11:20.
Then I took it to the billiard room, 22.
I took it to the ballroom, 24.
I took it to the kitchen, 26.
I had it in the study, 28.
And I'm a lounge, 30.
Oh, the rope to the billiard room.
Oh, the conservatory.
The study, ballroom,
The lounge, wrench.
kitchen, billiard room.
A study.
Ballroom, lounge, knife.
Billiard room, ballroom,
Lounge.
Pipe.
kitchen,
Study, rope,
conservatory,
Lounge.
wrench,
ballroom,
Lounge.
candlestick,
Lounge.
revolver,
Lounge. Rope. Lounge.
knife,
Lounge.
Pipe.
Lounge. Lounge. Midnight.
Wrench, candlestick, pipe, knife, revolver, rope.
wrench, candlestick, pipe.
Knife, revolver, rope.
You people act like you're out of a board game.
We most certainly do.
Well, I'm not finished yet. This Jack is still at the top of the beanstalk, and she's got something else on you. This note. It's made from magazine cutouts, and it reads, "It's my turn. Yes, I'm convinced more than ever that one of you is guilty of murder, and I'm going to find that person. I'll be interrogating all of you shortly. Stop staring at me!
She's so frazzled.
Very
Charged.
Shrewd, tactful.
attractive.
Information is essential. I present to you the second clue of round number 2. Focus on how the deed was completed, how I, with all the glory, was fatally defeated. The weapon responsible for killing me can turn a crime most brilliantly. Now to the library. Here the detective conducts her interrogation. The suspect is distressed with each accusation. She is alert, bold, cunning, and curt. They desperately jockey for vindication.
Professor Plum, tell me, could a savvy person such as yourself commit the crime of murder simply because his family's oil business was betrayed?
Could I? Yes. Did I?
I read your book on corruptions in the CIA. I rather enjoyed it. You know, you look different than in the photo of you on the book jacket.
Film can never capture exact likeness.
Very different. I read that you were somewhere now in South America, writing a book about...
Let me give you a hint, my sharp detective. A sophisticated criminal act is best deduced with patience, astute reasoning, and cocktails for two. If you say you join me for a drink.
I have murder to solve, thank you.
Come on. Let two masterminds spin stimulating webs of conversation.
Stimulation is not in my job description.
Let us do as the great minds of ages past would. Converse with me, and vibe with me. Fertilize my cerebral garden.
I gave up fertilizing cerebral gardens when my shrink told me that fertilizing rose gardens was a healthier choice for a bipolar codependent who regresses to her childhood for emotional support.
As Somerset Maugham said, the mind is most free when the body is satiated with pleasure.
As Emerson said, the eye of prudence may never shut.
The awful thing about most people is their caution. Thomas Wolfe.
Man has not desire for that of which he feels no want. Euripides.
The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. Oscar Wilde.
I desire only to know the truth. Euripides.
Beauty is truth. Truth, beauty. That is all you need to know. Keats.
Let one be on guard against those who flatter and mislead. Aristotle.
Make yourself necessary to somebody. Emerson. Be not simply good. Be good for something. Thoreau. Oh.
No. Oh, I have no further questions. Colonel Mustard, sir, I have an appetite for murder. When Mr. Body's father passed legislation banning you from the military, you offed him
No, I went off with him.
to a remote village in Honduras where he was slaughtered during tribal ritual and fed to the gods. Then you married Mr. Body's mother, who weeks later was found dead with a noose around her neck.
In Cowboys and Indians, the rules say the loser must hang themselves. I didn't know she'd take me seriously.
In her will, she left you the house. There was nothing Mr. Body could do about this. The inheritance was yours legally, but a betrothed Mrs. Peacock you could never claim. So, it was your turn. You killed Mr. Body because he married your one true love to avenge you.
For what? The death of his parents? For owning his home?
No, because when he was a child, you convinced him he was a toaster. Mr. Green, you're a conniver, you're a chauvinist, you're a snake.
Actually, no, I'm a Democrat.
You've been a business partner with Mr. Bodies on several ventures. With one in Vegas, he swindled you out of a bundle.
And that's the way the cookie bounces.
With colossal necks and tops, the roles were reversed. It was your turn. You were duping him out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He found out, threatened you, you killed him.
Look, that money was mine. You know why? Because I don't count my chickens before they cross the sidewalk.
Besides, if you think I'm the killer, You're trying to fit a round peg into a red box.
Here we go, ladies. You first, Miss Scarlett. So, your real name is Scarletta Vermicelli. Out of mine al dente. Please. You were first connected with Mr. Body in Vegas. He used you to extort funds from a business he and Mr. Green had. Then, he dumped you. About to post marriage and everything. Did such betrayal spur revenge here and now? Was it your turn? Did you kill him?
I got my revenge in Vegas. I caught him with Body at the airport, drug him back downtown,
And tortured him? Yes!
It's through Celine Dion's nightclub act.
And applaud! Mrs. White? Did you kill Mr. Body to erase your stepson Nigel's debt? No. You killed Mr. Body because he's driving you like a slave. It was your turn. Mrs. White, what are you hiding? Whatever it is, it's well hidden. If Mr. Body's death was caused by a blow to the head, the murderer might have been tall. How tall are you? 5'2". With heels? With anyone. Peacock. 5 husbands, 5 questionable deaths, 5 fortunes now yours, and according to the fine print your lawyer added to Mr. Body's will upon his passing, you his entire estate.
Remember something, detective, that with a lawyer who makes more an hour than you do in a week, it is always my turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the final clue of round number 2. The game continues, not yet complete. Deducing the answer is no easy feat. The suspect you should scrutinize has cunning moves and scheming eyes.
Well. Rub it up, Dove. 6 suspects in a tub, full of hot water. Your secret's round me open. I could pin this murder rap on any of you if I wanted to. Only one of you did it, and I've got the proof. Was it Miss Scarlett in the billiard room with the candlestick? Or was it Mr. Green in the ballroom with the knife? Or could it have been Mrs. White in the kitchen? You're full of envy.
Scarlet shows a jealous streak.
Their colors are the motive.
For two candles keep too cheap. Your assumptions are insane.
Or his name is Yellow Snow.
Who's the one that's tall enough to strike the fatal blow?
For a buck, you lost your luck.
For your son, you packed a gun.
For those love you're going to death.
Yo, here's $5 toward your bail.
It's all my fault you've written this mess. I created the chance to die. The joy of immortality on corpus delicti.
People that started to play along against flawless with this scheme. The list of assignations, you're the perfect murder team.
Don't blame me, she's in the wheel. Don't break me, you fit the
You'll hang high when I testify.
It's me they're gonna fry.
A corpus to a killer.
But a killer hangs himself.
They stray from the commandment of their neighbor as
Myself. It's all your fault you're in this mess. Let's see what they have to lose. Excuse me, Mr. Green, with those big brutal molly shoes. Find it, it's checkout time.
My demise, the perfect crime.
Toss the dice, the final roll. Roll.
With no hope for parole.
It's all your fault, we're in this mess, we're sorry that you came. So next time paper cheesy, please just find another game. Now make your accusations and be sure the clues will fix. But if there is a shred of doubt, you know you must acquit. Deliberate, don't speculate. Implicate, eliminate. Lay the blame, but not on me. Cast your vote and set me free.
Who, where, and how?
It's
Stare at me all your life, I'll be that short.
She's a master of detection, so determined to deliver. She's uncovered every clue that we have given her. All the pieces fit together. Now the suspects wonder whether
We're off to a prison pen, birds of a feather. We're all behind the 8 ball now. She has us cornered like a rat. She knows where and how. Every alibi that's falling flat. We're out of rooms to hide it now. Time's running out to lay the blame. We're out of rooms to hide it now. Time's running out to lay the blame.
It was Mr. Green in the billiard room with the wrench.
Yeah, I did. I killed Mr. Body because he cheated me. But he paid his debt and more. He's my first customer in my new line of upscale cemeteries. Last stop of the rich and famous. Our motto, you're the tops. 6 feet under.
Let's see who in our audience won the game, whose conclusions with ours were one and the same. Please rise in your place with a smile on your face as I announce each of you by name. Jay Volley,
Jessica Walla,
Mark Bernstein,
Teresa Lip,
Lexi Myers,
Peter Denhart,
Mike Gospel,
Stacy W,
Janie Rees,
Clint Kelly,
Lisa Smuggle,
Devin Tingley,
Melissa Howland,
Leanna Van Forst,
Hillary Gibbons,
Kelly Tingley,
Palmer 20,
Deb Breslau,
Mary Gospel,
Judy Clancy,
Sarah Williams,
Ronald McDonald,
Anna
Stephen Smith,
Smith, the cute twin,
Ariel Redlow,
Steve Cubby,
Pratt Legibly, Stephanie Wolf,
Adam Johnson,
Sarah Williams,
Sarah Williams,
Annie Rochon,
Jeff Burdorf,
Kenny Robrowski,
Kyle Washington,
Caitlin,
Dana Caving,
Joe Reeve,
Chuck Norris,
Jesus, Ronan,
Frank Clancy,
Allison Riley,
Renan Miller,
Jessica Lupi,
Paige Hannafy,
Anisha Kamath,
and John Bennett. Let's have a round of applause for all of you. And the grand prize winner who will leave today with the take-home version of our game, so the fun will never end, is Inspector Gadget Gospel.
Good job.
not so fast! Mr. Green did it all right. Sorta. He certainly had motive to kill Mr. Body, but the actual killer was Professor Plum.
You're mad. I am no killer.
I didn't say you were, I said Professor Plum was.
I am Professor Plum. B.A., M.A., Ph.D. That's me.
Oh, no, you're not. You're no internationally renowned author. You're no PhD. You're no MA. Merely a BA. You're a dorky school teacher from Springfield, Massachusetts, who came here disguised as Professor Plum because you had a bone to pick with Mr. Body. Mr. Body drove the business into bankruptcy, which funded your private school. With no money, your school closed, and you lost your job as an English teacher and head of the PTA. PTA! Not Plum Transatlantic. Parent Teachers Association. Teachers. But you didn't kill Mr. Body because you're too too much of a wimp. Any man who seduces a woman with bro is a wimp. Ladies and gentlemen, the murder scenario was this. The real Professor Plum killed Mr. Body because Mr. Body had repeatedly demoted him. From prime player in the game to secondary suspect to mere spectator. And then to the most demeaning of all positions.
Piano player. Mr. Body would not acknowledge the game just as well as the others. But I had a real talent for murder. So I had to show him. I did it in the billiard room with the wrench, and Mr. Green was my accomplice. He supplied me with the weapon and made sure there were no witnesses. How did you get me?
There were three crucial bits of evidence, one of which leans to the accomplice, she used it. The other supplied a motive of revenge, the note made from magazine cutouts. And the clue that told me it was you, and only you, the broken piano.
Hey. Where are you going?
This game is too complex and dangerous. I'm off to play another one. No maladjusted psychopaths, no intricate motives, no murder, just railroads and hotels.
Oh, it'll never end. You know, I think her idea is a good one. I wouldn't mind spending some time at Palm Beach. I think I'll call Ted up and see if his offer's still good.
I would prefer a more erudite setting. A Tony Kushner play, a John Fowles novel. Something where I'll be interacting with characters of death.
You know, I can see myself out of this tired old mansion and it's something deep and significant too. Like a Muppet movie!
All rise to the ranks and become a global leader, a shining beacon of hope for the masses. I'll see a bright tomorrow. I'll see a new war order. I'll see a chiropractor.
6 days sailing across the Atlantic to my homeland on a QE2, with hunky stewards tending to my every need. And I mean every need.
I wouldn't mind a Caribbean cruise to the Greek islands.
Wrench, candlestick, pipe, knife, revolver, rope. Wrench, candlestick, pipe, knife, revolver, rope. Wrench, pipe, knife, revolver, rope. You see, some things must remain the same. Our game has been played, it's over this merry escapade, until once more we lift the cover and sift through clues to discover the mystery source from whence they came.